Hello YouTube. Today I wanted to go over a quick game that I played on a 3-minute game, and basically, of course, it was a Sicilian, because that's one of the most popular lines throughout an E4 population of chess games. So we have E4, C5, Knight F3, D6, Knight C3, Knight F6, and Bishop C4. Now, as far as the trick to play knight takes e4, it doesn't quite work here because of the opening diagonal on the b5 check that will be accommodating after knight takes knight. So it doesn't just quite work here. Of course, also you could try bishop takes f7, but that might give black a strong central control, and it basically is dubious to do that. Why just not keep the peace, so to speak? Keep the peace, keep the peace. But anyway, so next we have after bishop c4, we have a dubious knight c6. I don't know what theory is here, but this has been played commonly in Sicilian games. Then we have castles, which is dubious as well, but it was the most common played throughout this line. Better was d4 immediately. We have a6, and then d4. So after this, I'm threatening to take, and then play my little take the pawn, take the queen, take the pawn, be a pawn up if black does nothing. But black immediately thrust with b5. And so I have to react to this. I can drop my bishop back to e2, or I could probably do something else, which is play the move I played, which was bishop to d5. This gives and maintains the initiative, I would say, forward moves, kind of mentality going forward, never backward. And I just felt like this was a better move. It pins the knight. Bishop b7 could be played. Queen anywhere could be played almost. And knight takes, of course, was played, which was a mistake. Gives white the advantage. From here, everything starts to roll downhill for black. I pretty much capitalize onto the playing field. Now, here is one of those moves that you might think, hey, maybe I should take with the knight, but you're developing, or you're not developing, but you're taking with tempo if you take with the pawn. And that is the best move, to take with tempo, and make sure that black has to respond to this. And if he doesn't watch out, I will simply, of course, maintain a strong center and be able to control everything, which I do. Knight takes pawn, knight takes knight, pawn takes knight, and queen takes pawn. Now you can already see that white's central control is just dominating, and there's the whole like the queen as a supporting actress concept that Yasser Serouan, I believe, said for a while ago, and Daniel Naroditsky. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos from him. Has said that this is something that you want to do as far as leading the attack. You want to lead with your pieces, but this is just one of those counterintuitive placements that I love, just getting my queen out to the center of the board, especially when there's exceptions to the rule. I love to be able to dominate with my queen. So anyway, that's a side story. Next we have queen to d7. So slight inaccuracy, I guess. Black is already having a bunch of immense pressure. I just make typical developing moves. Rook to e1. Then queen to g4. Now this is a little difficult move to find, but try to find it. You can put yourself in my shoes here in a blitz game. This is a 3-minute blitz game. 3-2. What would be the best move here? I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's knight to e4, I believe. And knight to e4 threatens the check that's coming up on d6, which black has to defend. He has to figure out a way to get this knight away, or like from that square, or defend that pawn. And one of the indirect ways that he could probably play is e6, but he's going to end up losing a pawn here eventually anyway. So next move that we had that black played was queen back to d7, which is probably the most accurate. Next we have a slight inaccuracy, but you could probably see my threat, is queen to b6, although we'll go back and I'll just go ahead and give the best move, which is bishop to f4. So bishop to f4 probably would have been best, of course. And I was a little worried about the fork, but trust me, it doesn't get that much worse. All right, so now we have inaccuracy e5, lashing out. Pawn takes. Pawn takes. Now bishop f4. And then we have a d5, or e5, I'm sorry. From e5, we have a nice position for white. That there's just so much opportunity here, on top of being able to win a pawn with one of the rooks moving over, which I did play, which is the rook on a to d1, exclam, exclam. That's my first brilliancy, as per the title of the video, 2 brilliancies. And this, of course, puts pressure on the d6 pawn and allows, of course, a lot of tactical opportunities to be exploited. Bishop to e7. There's not a lot of good moves here that black can really play, but I go for the throat with the immediate knight to d6 check. And then king pretty much adequately moves away. There's not a lot of good moves here, of course, for black, but you can go ahead and analyze this on your own time if you want. Then I play rook takes. Rook takes at e5. And then, of course, black blunders a mate n2. And this is my second brilliancy prize, or brilliancy for the move. This is, you probably may have noticed on the video if you search for it, but there is a checkmate in 2 moves here. And you can pause the video to find it if you don't see it already. And that is, I will go ahead and give you one more second here, as this, I had about 30 seconds on my, no, I had about a minute, I think, a minute and 30 seconds on my move. So, but here we go. Without further ado, the Queen's Sacrifice, that is so awesome. Queen to D8 check, and we're basically removing the defender of the blockader of the E8 square to deliver checkmate with our rook. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you saw this as educational content for the Sicilian. I'll be posting it up as a Sicilian, one of the main lines, of course, because that's what I think has been played very frequently, and how you can still get good games through the Sicilian, opening lines up for your pieces to attack, and hopefully, of course, any type of other types of things you want to see or openings you want to see me play. I will try to play. I am not a grandmaster, of course. I am not an international master, but one day I do plan on trying to be one. So hopefully, of course, you can grow with me in this channel, and go ahead and like and subscribe if you want to see more content. And thanks so much for viewing. Have a good one.